947 Drive with Thando.
This is 947.
Great to talk to you.
You too.
I mean, it's been, 3 years since we last saw Billy?
Well, 3 years in his time, 4 years in ours. Actually, the first movie was 2019, and now we're coming out now. But yes,
He's almost 18.
he's almost 18 now. Yes, and he's a little freaked out because he might age out of the foster care system because of that. And he worked really hard to find this family that he chose and that chose him, and that love that he didn't have all of his life. And now he's afraid he might lose it. So
So he's got a little bit of PTSD, a little bit of fear of abandonment. Oh, yeah. But then he's also like a superhero at the end. He, lives up to being a superhero. Yeah. Tell us about playing those different shades.
Well, listen, I mean, anytime you can have real things that are relatable that you can be applying to and feeling in the character, it always makes it, I think, a more dynamic and interesting thing, part of a story and thing to watch. And if everybody can be doing that, and everybody does kind of, bring that authenticity to their characters, then you get to bounce that energy off of everybody. The fact that I get to be a kid who's going through that emotionally, but also I'm an adult superhero that can shoot lightning out of his fingers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's so fun. It's so fun to get to juggle all that.
We saw the success of the first Shazam. Was there any imposter syndrome, anxiety for yourself going into the second one?
Sure, a little. I don't know. I think we all kind of have that from time to time. It pops in, But the more we work on loving ourselves, the less we feel like imposters because we know we're doing the best we can.
We also see the introduction of the goddesses in the second Shazam. What was that like?
Oh, so cool. Yeah. I mean, these women are so dope. They're so wonderful, beautiful, talented, professionals, and so grounded and human. And we all were friends while we were making the movie together. But they also play their characters so well, and they're so different. And, they're iconic. And Rachel's becoming an icon.
Yes.
So fast.
Yeah. And then, of course, I heard that you're pitching a DC versus zombie film.
Listen, I'm just saying,
sorts, so it's
if somebody said, as they have, if you could choose a third movie, that's what I would do. I would do us versus zombies. I think that would be really fun.
Why? So it's like a Walking Dead Shazam.
Kind of. I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. With a lot of these movies, in order to have, some big action and things like that, you have to have, often you need to have hordes of an enemy, something. And oftentimes it's aliens or it's robots or, these aren't hordes necessarily. These are big, big, powerful things. Even in this, we have some creatures that create the kind of menace, right? I just want to use my electricity
come to life.
and I want to mow down all these zombies as they're just coming in waves. I'm like that, just mowing zombies down. That visual, and then build everything else around that, and now we've got a movie.
Oh, you're such a great ball of energy. You've auditioned for a couple of superhero films, but this is the one that you did manage to get. Are you happy this is the one that they said yes to?
Oh, my God. I wouldn't change it for the world. This is everything I've ever really dreamt of, and even been. I relate so much to this character,
What do you relate to?
Well, I mean, that I'm a man-child, that I never fully grew up. That's why I got the job. I mean,
And then you spoke about how, for you, Warner Brothers was like the wizards, right? So they made you feel like you believe.
100%. Well, David Sandberg, our director, Peter Safran, the bosses at New Line and at Warner Brothers and at DC, they all collectively said, we believe that you can be this character, even when I didn't believe that myself, when that whole process started. And that was powerful, and it's still powerful in my life. And that it mirrored exactly the journey of Billy in the movie. I don't believe in coincidence like
Correct.
that. I believe that there is something intrinsic and connected in it.
So it's life imitating art.
Sure, or whatever, yeah. Or we're all in the simulation.
Yes. Well, thank you for your time.
My pleasure, absolutely. You're lovely.
947 Drive with Thando.
This is 947.